I'll be happy when I lose the weight, when I get the job, when I make the money, when I have the relationship. We convince ourselves that happiness is always just around the bend. And maybe you do get it, or at least a temporary hit of it, but it never lasts. Because as soon as you arrive, your brain is already on to the next thing. That's the trap. Happiness is an emotion, just like sadness, anger, fear, joy. It's meant to rise and fall, to come and go. What you're really searching for isn't happiness at all. It's peace. And peace isn't where you arrive, it's where you begin. I invite you to take a peaceful pause with me. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. There is nowhere else you need to be right now but here. There is nothing else you need to do right now but be. Peace exists in this moment, not at the never-ending finish line. There was a time in my life when I noticed something strange. I was doing things that I knew were not bringing me happiness or peace, bad habits, distractions, behaviors that left me feeling drained. At the same time, I was resisting things I knew would make me feel better: journaling, meditating, exercising, creating. At first, I felt so frustrated with myself. Then I started asking myself, why do I resist the things that are good for me and gravitate towards the things that hurt me? Instead of judging myself, I got curious. And that curiosity led me to a book that jumped off the shelf with its bright yellow cover: Resisting Happiness by Matthew Kelly. The book is written from a Catholic perspective, and I am not Catholic, but I stayed open. I read it cover to cover, absorbed what resonated, and left behind what didn't. And that's how I approach everything. I stay grounded enough in myself to consider other ideas and perspectives without blindly accepting them. God speaks to us in many forms and many ways. You just have to be open enough to listen. First, I asked myself the question. Then, I waited patiently for the answer to arrive, and it arrived in the form of a bright yellow book. I give this book a lot of credit for giving me a paradigm shift. And one of the reasons why I encourage everyone to build something, start something, even if you feel like it's oversaturated. There's millions and millions of books out there, but there's only one you. There's only one unique story that is yours to tell. And you never know what may resonate with someone else. You never know who your voice could impact. You may be surprised. If you have a story inside of yourself that you want to tell, if you have a message that you want to share with the world, please do. The world needs your voice. I highly recommend checking out this book or checking out anything that calls to you. My brand is all about checking in and staying true to yourself. If there's something that is calling to you, try answering and see what happens. One line from the book that stuck with me is, "The hardest war to win is the one you don't even realize you are fighting. And the hardest enemy to defeat is the one you don't even know exists. Every day you are at war with resistance." That resonated with me so much because it made me realize that resistance was the war that I was losing. And the war was keeping me disconnected from myself, from spirit, and from peace. The emptiness that you feel when you say, "I'm not happy," isn't really about happiness. What's really missing is connection to self, to source, to purpose. Without that, you'll always feel like something's missing. With it, you begin to build a baseline of peace that no temporary emotion can shake. Now that we have reminded ourselves that happiness is fleeting and what we're really after is peace, the question becomes, how do we actually practice and protect it? First, notice when you're chasing. Catch yourself in those "I'll be happy when" loops. Write them down. Ask yourself, what am I really searching for underneath this? Next, let go of the outcome. Instead of waiting for the next big milestone or obsessing over the end goal, ask, what can I enjoy in this step right now? Then get curious about resistance. When you find yourself avoiding the very thing that brings you peace, take a pause and ask, what am I really resisting and why? From there, choose connection, not with your phone or with distractions, temporary highs, but with yourself, with your purpose, with the God inside of you. Ask, what would make me feel more aligned, more grounded, more connected right now? Finally, build anchors, journaling, meditation, prayer, walking outside, taking a pause without your phone. You don't have to break every single bad habit overnight. Just keep stacking one good habit on top of another and watch your little pile of peace grow. In the end, it's about redefining the goal. Our aim is not for constant happiness. What we want is consistent peace, the kind that lets you move through the highs and lows of life without losing yourself. Don't get discouraged if you still go through times when you lose your sense of peace. We all do. You can always find your way back again. When I took the time to really sit with my resistance, I realized something. What was missing wasn't happiness. It was surrender. Surrender to God's will and plan for me. And when I stopped fighting that, I understood that my role isn't to chase or control. My role is to become a vessel, to let the creative energy of the universe flow through me, to translate and transmute those messages into my creative process, into my brand, into my life. If you feel unhappy or empty, if you wonder why you struggle with resistance, the short answer is this: you are likely missing connection. connection to yourself and the God within you, connection to others and the God within them, connection to the source of all love and truth. Because happiness comes and goes, but connection, deep, genuine spiritual connection, that is where you will find everlasting peace. If you're ready to stop chasing happiness and start recentering your inner peace, click the link in the description to join my email list. You'll get my weekly newsletter and an invitation to connect more deeply with me and with others in the self-recentered community. Thank you so much for connecting with me and for listening. And remember, you can always come back here, back to yourself.